think there aren't that many gentlemen around because sex is so easily accessible?
Yeah, they don't need to be a gentleman. They can just there's so many women that will just open their legs for nothing and just, that is sacred. Come on, girls.
Yeah. You said that you kind of struggled friendships with women and other girls. What's been the struggle for you?
Just bitches be tripping.
Bitches be tripping. Yo guys, welcome back to another episode on my channel. I'm sitting in this spot, which means I have a great conversation lined up for you today. You know, on this channel, we like to talk about all things dating and seeing what we can do to attract the kind of person we want for a relationship. So without further ado, please welcome Natasha to the show. Natasha, welcome.
Hi.
How you doing today?
Very well, thank you. Yeah, pleased to be here. Yeah.
She's representing Barbie with that pink top. You know, we love it. We love it. We love it.
It brings me joy and spreads the joy. So yeah,
exactly.
Pink's a powerful colour.
It is. It's a strong colour.
Yeah.
It's definitely a strong colour. So listen, I like to jump straight in. So first tell us your age or your age range, if you know, asking a lady her age. And then something a guy should know about you if he wants to take you on a date.
Okay, so I'm 36.
No, you're 36?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair played.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yeah, something that's funny is that, well, not funny, but I actually looked older than what I do, like when I was in my 20s than I do now. I had a lot of baggage to unpack, but you can reverse that shit.
Really? Why do you think it was like the mental stress of what was going on?
100%. Yeah, that aged me massively. But once you alchemize that, you can lose so many years.
That makes sense. I mean, they say stress kills, right?
Yeah,
stress kills. Stress kills. And one thing, what should a guy know about you if you want to take him on a date?
I am in a relationship, so yeah, you can't take me out, sorry.
She's taken, fellas. She's taken. What kind of guy do you look to be in a relationship in? Like, what kind of guy do you choose?
It's got to be smart, someone with a mind, someone that I can talk well with, have fun. Yeah, got to be a lot of joy, a lot of smiles. What wants to serve, wants to help humanity. That is okay. Dear to my heart.
So do you look at do you ever look at, okay, you see what he does for a job choice or career choice to see if he's that way inclined in terms of kind of serving people and serving humanity in that sense? Or
yes, for sure. Yeah. But yeah, you can, I don't know, still have a career and still be wanting to serve outside of your career. It doesn't have to be the career itself.
You don't have to be part of the Salvation Army.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, just have a good heart, spread kindness and love and peace. That's what it's all about. Yeah, the world needs more of that.
I hear that. Listen, let me ask you something. Do you think it's harder to find commitment today for a lot of people? Yeah,
for sure. Everyone that I speak to that is single is just really struggling. There's no.
Why do you think they're struggling?
I put it down to TV, to be honest.
Interesting. What do you mean?
Yeah, well, it's programmed people to think that sex isn't sacred. You just give it away. There's no tomorrow. That's expected. And there's no gentleman about. Well, very rare that you find one. And I do put that down to TV a lot.
So do you think there aren't that many gentlemen around because sex is so easily accessible?
Yeah, they don't need to be a gentleman. They can just there's so many women that will just open their legs for nothing and just that is sacred. Come on, girls.
Yeah. So what do you think, what's your opinion in terms of, the whole kind of, the sexual liberation in terms of, having a bunch of easy casual sex and kind of promoting that narrative, obviously sexual liberation for women. What's your kind of take on that then? If you kind of think
if you're happy to do that, then that's fine. That's beautiful. As long as it's not, do you think? If you're happy to do that and it's not degrading you in any way, then that's fine. But if you're, I don't know, wanting to settle down, I guess, and be in a solid relationship, I don't think that's the right way of getting that. I think you're looking you're getting the wrong kind of men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of men do you think that attracts?
Just men that like want to sleep around. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Like if you're meeting a man in a club and you're going home with him, then yeah, that guy's going to be there every single weekend. Like wanting girls the same. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I haven't been like on the dating scene for like a long time. Like I've been in a relationship like nearly 11 years.
Wow.
So,
you're a season. That's longer than most marriages. God damn.
Yeah. I've had my struggles. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, no relationship is easy for sure. But yeah.
Do you think there's any way where a girl could be degrading herself in like the dating space, but she doesn't even realize or know that she's doing it?
Yeah, for sure. Like I see that a lot.
Yeah. Like what does that look like to you?
Sad. I want to see, like, I want everyone to see their worth and yeah, like really own their power and know that they don't have to like sleep with people to get people to like see them. Like, yeah, like the true beauty is in the mind and in here, like not, yeah, like from.
I hear that. Yes, I agree. But I guess there is a level of physicality.
Yeah, for sure.
Like with romance.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's got to be that attraction for sure. You got to want to like tear someone's clothes off.
Yeah. Have you ever, like before you were in your long-term relationship, did you ever meet guys where you were like, oh, I would be physical with you, but I wouldn't take you seriously? And then have another guy where you'd be like, oh, like I'd actually want to get to know you properly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What's the different standards for that? Like what makes you look at a guy and be like, yeah, I'd have fun with you, but that's all it's going to be?
Someone that I'd want to take home to my mom. Yeah.
Wait, the guy who you want to have casual fun with is the
No. Like, yeah, the person that I want to have like casual fun with, yeah. Definitely not want to like wouldn't want to take them home to meet mom. No way.
Yeah.
But yeah, the person that I would want to meet my family, yeah, that would be the one that I'd want to be in a relationship with for sure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So the casual guy, what makes him a casual guy in your eyes?
Just I don't know. I don't know. Like, sorry.
No, that's all right. Like, is it just because he's really hot, but you don't like who he is as a person? Is it because
I wouldn't want to
exchange
my energy with someone that I didn't think was a good person? Like,
okay. So is that everyone you've ever been interested in has been potential for something long term?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's no, there hasn't been anyone that I've been like, you're horrible, like you're a horrible person.
but I still want to rip your clothes off.
Yeah, no, I just wouldn't want to exchange my energy with with that.
Yeah, I get that. In like this long relationship you've been, what is there anything that you feel you've learned about men in particular in relationships?
Ooh. That like, well, everyone is a mirror, and yeah, you need to, like, what you're seeing is what's within you as well. So you need to like be the person that you want to see for sure. Yeah, everyone needs love and appreciation and support, and through tough times you have to support each other, like no matter what.
You don't have to share this, but is there anything your partner has reflected that you've been like, oh, that's actually me?
Yeah. So like lack of like self-love and like confidence has been like it's something that I've like struggled with like all my life, really. Like
really?
Not really seeing my worth and seeing me for me. And that has been like reflected like with my partner as well. But what has got me through is like learning about like ways that can really like find my power and like own it. And so I make time like every day to really like dive deep into self-love and like the practices that get me out of my head and really see me for me.
Yeah.
That's what's really helped me through. My partner still struggles with like sometimes like with his like anxiety and stuff like that. But instead of me being codependent, which I have been, I focus in on like, what can I do to like choose me and to comfort myself, and not think that his behavior is down to me. Just like really comfort myself and reassure myself that
What's one practice that you do regularly to like help get to that point for you?
So nature like has really been like such a powerful like medicine for me. Just like hugging trees and like connecting to the earth,
really?
like
Just
really
like going
grounding.
seeing that tree, giving it a big old hug?
Honestly, like I like most days I wake up and like sit by this incredible oak on like the farm that I live on, and I watch the sunrise like with my cup of cacao, and just say my thanks, and ask how I can serve for the day, and just ask for any guidance or anything that needs to like come through to come through. And that has really, really helped me. Also dancing has been like a huge thing for me. But I couldn't dance like up until a few years ago. Like I was so in my head, but I could feel the music inside me, and I wanted to move, but I just didn't have the confidence. And then I did some plant medicine ceremonies, and then I unlocked that, and now I dance every single day. If there's some music on that like makes me want to move, I just it's really, really helped me see me for me, and really get into my body and out of my head.
What have you learned about yourself?
That I'm fucking beautiful. I've got like I'm kind, I'm caring. I've got a lot of love and a lot of light to share with this world, and I'm not scared to show that anymore. I'm here, like, which in the past, like, no fucking way would I be here. No way. But the more and more I'm stepping into myself and allowing myself to be me, the more I'm able to share and bring more light into other people's lives. And that really makes it so fulfilling and makes me want to step up even more.
We love that. What's something you want to bring to the conversation today? Something you'd like to chat about?
Just the power of like choosing again. So that's been like a huge thing for me. So instead of like staying in my slumber and thinking, oh, like the world's so heavy and stuff, like I chose again. Like, okay, so like I'm like maybe I'm feeling like really anxious in my head. So like I think what do I want to feel? So I think about like how I want to feel, and then what can I do to make myself feel that way? So I go do that thing, and that really helps me step out and choose again, like from what I'm feeling. And that really
so when you say
powerful.
Choose again, what does that mean? Like, what does that actually mean?
So instead of like feeling shit and sorry for myself, I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm not going to stay there. I'm going to choose again. I'm going to choose joy. And choose loving myself. So
it's like choosing the emotion you want to be in or to feel, to emulate.
Yeah, basically.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And how's that played into your relationship?
Major. Like, like my partner struggles a lot like with depression, like as I have as well. Like I've broken free from that like a lot, and but instead of like feeling that it's all me and that I don't matter, and I've chosen again, I've got myself out there, and like I've done the things that like help me snap out of that and not feel even worse for myself, and blame myself, like because like when he has been in a bad way, I have like blamed myself. I'm like, oh, like I feel so helpless. Like I can't help him like through it. But instead of, it's like I'm in control of me. What can I do to like help me through this instead of feeling shit? And
Do you ever feel? You'd have to answer this. It's quite a difficult question. A lot of the time, when people who maybe suffer similar things find each other, and not saying the relationship isn't beautiful, but sometimes the beauty of the relationship helps them cope with the work that they need to do themselves.
Oh, for sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
And it sounds like you've been at a point, at least recently, where you've been doing the growth and evolving yourself, but maybe he hasn't been as much.
Yeah.
How do you navigate feeling, there's no other nice way to put this, but outgrowing the relationship?
Yeah.
If it's not progressing in the same way that you are.
Yeah.
Like, how do you handle that? Because I think so many people that happens to.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, it is hard to know when it is the right time to say goodbye and when you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, it's hard. It's hard. And like the reason I ask is because we can't force the other person to do the work if they're not ready to.
Yeah, for sure.
Or if they're not willing to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's fine. I can't remember where I saw this, but it's like somebody said, because most people don't do therapy, for example.
Yeah.
And so there can be hidden issues that they don't deal with, but they've managed to live in a way that copes with whatever healing that they actually need to do without actually doing the healing.
Yeah.
And so when someone was like, if you want to break up a couple, have one start going to therapy. And it's because one person starts to grow in themselves in ways that elevates them, optimizes their experience of life, but the other person doesn't. And then it's like, this person is they're on a different frequency now.
Yeah, for sure.
That it's just not like matching up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is this your only relationship? Have you been in a relationship before?
Yeah, no, I've been in other relationships as well.
Okay. And how did you know with them when it was time to end?
I just knew it wasn't right.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the relationship before I was with Barry, I was engaged to be married, and I just it was getting closer and closer to the date. I was like, fuck, I can't do this. Like, I just
Wow. Did you know you didn't want to marry him when he asked you?
No, at the time I was like, yeah, like really excited. Like, he was a beautiful man, like really, really kind, like really caring, and like I guess I settled because I met so many dickheads, and then I met him, and then I was like, yeah, no, you're a beautiful man. And so I was thankful to be with someone so kind and caring. And the date was coming closer and closer, and I was like, oh, I really can't do this. I don't want to sign myself up. Like the contracts, like,
It's a contract.
It is, isn't it?
It's definitely a contract.
Yeah. So I bit the bullet, and that was fucking hard. It was so hard to like break his heart. Hurting anyone is like, I don't ever want to do that. It hurts me.
Interesting. Let's talk about the dickheads before him. What was your experience in terms of the guys before him?
Just it seems like such a long time ago now.
No, you're a seasoned girlfriend, wife.
So I just met dickheads that just, it didn't see me for me. But then I look back and like, I didn't see me for me. So like, how the fuck is anyone else going to see me if I don't even see me?
That's a good point.
I didn't really love myself. Like then, like I spent my head like with my head down to the ground, not wanting to be seen. I wouldn't make eye contact with people, wouldn't even talk to people. I just used to want to hide. So it's no wonder that I kept on meeting dickheads, because I thought that I was a dickhead myself. I thought that I wasn't worthy, or
were
everything's a mirror.
Yeah, interesting. Were you looking for, was there something you were looking for in those guys that you only found later, or was it just you were just looking for something completely different?
It's like looking for something different. Yeah. Like wanting something different. But
like, what made you
maybe
choose the kind guy after you've been like, what set him apart from the guys you were typically choosing?
I just wanted to be treated like how like nicely. I
just wanted to be treated nice.
Yeah.
That was it?
Yeah. I was done with not being appreciated and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. What advice would you give to like a girl who comes to you being like, I keep dating guys who, don't treat me how I want to be treated and, aren't really looking to like have anything serious. Like, what advice would you give to them to kind of make the correct shift for what they want?
Treat yourself how you want to be treated. Like, really dive deep into self-love and like own your fucking worth, because you're worthy of so much more. Look into that mirror and fucking tell yourself that you're amazing, because you are, and no one else is going to treat you like that unless you own that yourself.
Yeah, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
What's the balance between self-love
mm-hmm.
and self-entitlement?
Oh, thinking that you're above everyone, like, that's not cool. Like, no one's better than anyone.
Yes.
Nah.
Interesting. That makes sense. I think that is literally the fine line. Like, it's one thing to be like, oh, this is my value, but then when you start thinking you are better than other people, I think that's when it can come across like, oh, this person really thinks they're full of themselves and I don't even know them that well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me ask you something else. How important is physical attraction to you in a relationship?
Yeah, it's important, but it's not like everything.
Not everything.
But yeah, there has to be like an attraction there for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, like my main attraction is like a person's mind. I find like if someone like is really smart and like really kind, and that's what like makes someone beautiful in my eyes.
Yeah.
It's not about the exterior. Like,
so if a guy's like 10 stone overweight, you can
really work on that. Like,
but would you choose him then?
Maybe not, because no, like I want someone that like
See,
but you can work on that. Like,
but let's say like he's not though. Like he's like, this is where I am. He's super intelligent, super kind, super sweet. Let's say you're single. He wants to take you out. Are you going on a date with him? Are you going on a date with Jeff?
If he makes me smile and he ticks a lot of boxes, and it shows me that he'd want to choose again and like look after himself, like physically.
He doesn't want to lose weight. He's happy where he is. That's the point. That's the point.
Okay. And I don't know. They have to be pretty special. He'd
have to be a god. If he's like super overweight.
There's nothing against like that, but like I like to live a like healthy life myself, like look after my body, and like I want someone that can come out and like on a hike with me, can like keep up with me physically, and that's what I want in a partner. So maybe not someone that is taking care of their body. It wouldn't be for me.
Do you think it's okay to have? Do you think it's okay to maintain having an expectation of a physical standard of your partner? So what I mean is like, if when you met your partner, he was in really good shape and he was doing that, and you're like, oh, that was part of the physical attraction, because you looked at him, you're like, I want to rip your clothes off.
Damn.
Like, God damn, boy, come on, get over here. And then, do you think it's okay for you to then have that expectation for him to maintain that throughout your relationship in order to maintain attraction?
No, for sure. Like, everyone goes through like cycles.
Of course, that's true.
But just, I don't know.
But you can't get 10 stone overweight.
No. And what? Yeah.
Yeah.
If they want to lose it, then that's cool, And like I'll cheer them on. I'll be proud of them, and encourage them to look after themselves. That's all I ever want, is just people to really look after themselves and treat their vehicles how they're meant to be treated.
Of course. Have you ever obviously before you were in this relationship, maybe with him, have you ever started dating a guy who started out as a friend of yours?
Yes, he my partner now, like we started off as friends.
Yeah. How long were you friends before you got together?
Maybe only about 6 months.
Is that
no,
friends though? Is that really a friendship, or was that
or
just
maybe
like
a year, I don't
unexplored
know.
territory? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I was with someone else like before like
Were you with someone else when you met him?
yeah, but
Oh,
there
okay.
wasn't like that sounds really bad. Like we were just like
Not so bad.
we had mutual friends, so we used to like hang out a lot together. And
Yes.
yeah, and then when I finally like plucked up the courage to end it with my fiance at the time, yeah, he asked me out.
So
and
I don't
then-
think that counts. I don't think that's a friendship. Because the only reason you guys didn't start something was because you were unavailable.
yeah, true.
So that's more unexplored potential as
Yeah.
opposed to, oh, we've been friends for 4 years and then we just gave it a go.
yeah, okay.
So I
yeah.
guess, has anything like that happened where a guy was a friend of yours, like you actually
No.
had a friendship? Really?
No.
But you've had male friends, right?
Yeah,
Obviously.
yeah, for sure. Like my experience with women hasn't been the greatest. So like a lot of my friends have been male. That's like, I've always been a bit of a tomboy myself, and I don't look like that much
She's
now.
wearing pink. She's representing the girlies out here.
I know, right? Pink. Yeah, but I've always been a bit of a tomboy. Like I love like just
Okay.
getting dirty, and that sounds like really bad. Not like
I know what you mean.
climbing trees and
mean.
shit like that. Yeah, not
Yeah. Getting down with all them boys, boy.
not like that. No.
So obviously, because there would have been guys, like you're a pretty woman. So like there would have been male friends of yours who would have taken an interest in you. Why do you think it never happened with them? Because obviously they would have been, if they're friends of yours, you obviously liked who they are, right?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you'd only be friends who were like kind and sweet like you. Do you know what I mean? So why do you think it never happened with any of the male friends who were giving you that level of investment that the dickheads weren't? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Why do you think it never happened?
Because I didn't see my worth.
Because you didn't see your worth?
Yeah.
So you said no to them because you didn't see your worth?
Yeah. Like I guess so. Like I didn't see my worth. So like I was looking for dickheads to like reinforce that belief. So like being with one of my mates that were like kind and caring and stuff would go against that belief. So like, yeah.
Okay. So what about after? Because obviously you met someone who was kind and stuff.
Yeah,
But obviously you already had your male friends around.
Yeah.
So did you, I guess, why not look in that pool is what I'm asking.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know.
Were they 10 stone overweight?
No.
I was just joking. Maybe you just weren't attracted to them.
Yeah.
Was that a thing?
Yeah.
Like physically, you looked at them, you're like, I'm just not attracted to you.
Not doing it for me. Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah, but then like some friends of mine have been like, yeah, you're good. Yeah, but then you don't want to like ruin that friendship. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I hear that. What would make you take that leap with a friend?
Knowing that they like, I don't know, they tick all the boxes. And
what's the list? What's the boxes?
Oh, so many questions.
Yeah, we love it. And then you can ask me anything.
So kind, caring, loving, like wanting to serve, being kind to the world, being kind to animals.
Okay.
Kind to themselves. Yeah, looking after themselves. Yeah.
Sounds like just a kind person.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a very short list.
Yeah.
That's all right. But yeah, they just didn't make the cut.
No.
All right, I've grilled you enough. What do you want to ask?
That is so tough. When would you say enough is enough? Like how?
In a relationship?
Yeah.
As in, when is it time to walk away?
Yeah.
Like
how many chances would you give someone?
depends what the chances are.
Yeah, that's true.
So if it's like, if someone like cheated, nah,
Yeah.
that's, I forgive you, but I'm letting this go.
Yeah.
I think the obvious answer would be when you no longer see your future with them,
Yeah.
when you can't see yourself with them. I think when it starts, this seems like a very clinical way to say it, but when they start being a net negative on your life instead of a net positive.
Yeah.
Because no one's perfect. And so, you know, we can have friends who we love spending time with them and stuff, but sometimes they're not very punctual and they're always late.
Yeah.
Or sometimes like they never make the plan. You're always the one who has to make the plan. Right. So no one's perfect, and there are things that we have to accept in other people. They're flaws, right?
Yeah.
Essentially, right? But anyone who's a friend or we have a good relationship with, the reason we continue to invest is because regardless of everything that the flaws they may have, all the good things about them, they are a net positive in our life. And I think in a relationship, it's time to leave when that person becomes a net negative.
Yeah.
So it's not that they don't have good things about them, right? But it's that in the entirety of everything they're contributing to your life, it's a net negative than a net positive. Because I think sometimes, one, we get comfortable in a relationship and we're like, you know, you don't see yourself being with them, but then it's hard to imagine yourself being with someone else because you've been in something for an extended amount of time. So that can make us stay. And then the other thing could be like, okay, they're not perfect, but they have this, and this great quality about them, which I really like.
Yeah.
But then when you look at the whole picture, being like, are they overall having a more detrimental effect on my life than positive? Then that's when I would say it's time to leave.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's not.
Do you think that's okay to do? Do you believe in marriage?
Yes and no. Like,
Okay.
I love the thought of like being married, but then I don't like the whole like contract and yeah.
What is it about the? I don't disagree with you, but I think we probably dislike it for different reasons. What don't you like about the contract of marriage?
It's kind of like a ownership kind of. I don't know.
Interesting. As in, like you as the woman feeling owned by the man.
Yeah.
Right. Is it because you would take his last name? Is it that aspect or?
Yeah, part of it, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, like I do like the thought of like being married, but then I don't know whether that's just because it's so ingrained in us that that's what we do. We get married, we have kids, and
yes.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be the be all and end all. Like I've been engaged for about 7 years.
You've been engaged for 7 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys just haven't. You didn't want to get married, or?
I wanted to get married. Like I had my like wedding dress made and stuff like the first year. Wow. And yeah, still sitting in the shop. Yeah. But yeah, like my partner didn't really, I don't know, he didn't want a big wedding. That's fine. I don't want a big wedding. I don't like a lot of attention myself.
Yes.
Yeah, so we agreed to like just go off the two of us, and that's cool. That's like more me. I just But then that, I don't know, that didn't materialize. So like
because you didn't want to, or he didn't want to?
I don't really know. It just didn't. Yeah.
Okay.
We just didn't make it happen.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you believe in the vows that people say in wedding, like for better, for worse, till death do us part? Is that something that you're on board for?
If it's right, then yeah, I'm all down for that.
Right. How do you know it's right?
Like what you said, if it's like a good relationship or a good anything, like everything's flowing well, bringing more positives like to each other's lives, and thriving together, and out in our worlds separately as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's no, I get that. I think that saying till death do us part, I think that's a really big order today.
Yeah.
It's a really tall order because we live twice as long.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, we only lived to our 30s or 40s.
Yeah.
If you were to your 50s, you were an elder. Like,
Yeah.
that was lucky. And also as well, like, you know, half of marriages end in divorce anyway.
Yeah.
And I do agree. I think there's a level of conditioning that we've just been taught, like, this is just what you do. You get married and you do this and stuff.
Yeah.
And you can still have a family and have a relationship and stuff without the contract. But I think a lot of men as well, they are afraid of divorce.
Yeah. Because the women usually like end up taking a lot, and
they just take up everything. Yeah.
It's not cool.
Yeah. And so I think a lot of guys are like, I want someone, but the contract is like, it's just a really bad deal, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And also as well, I think it should be okay that you could be with someone for 20 years, have kids with them, and be like, okay, we spent this stage of our lives together, but now we want to go in separate directions.
Yeah.
And that should be okay.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, without this whole kind of divorce and everything. I mean, you know, if you have things together, you have to decide how you want to separate things. But I think divorce. I think marriage is a really, really. I think it's an unrealistic promise to make, especially nowadays.
Yeah, for sure.
Because back then, people you needed to be in a couple to survive.
Yeah.
So there was almost a necessity to having someone and making it work. Now it's not a necessity. People survive on their own. And I'm not saying it should be a necessity, but I think without that means when you go through hard times, or because there would have been marriages that lasted 70 years, but they were really bad for maybe 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
And most people would be like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like, what does it mean to succeed? Like, one of you die and like one of you die and you're still married, and then it's like, great, you succeeded in marriage. Like, by that point, like, life is over for you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I look at my like grandparents, like they stayed married for, I don't even know how many years, but till their deathbed. But my granddad wasn't the nicest to my nan, but they stayed because that's what was expected of them.
That's what you do.
Which is not cool, you know. Like, you shouldn't be with someone just because you got a contract with them. Like, if they're treating you bad and it's not fulfilling you or bringing you any happiness, then why the fuck should you stay?
Yeah.
You get like one life in this meat suit, like, fucking make the most of it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, your life is meant to be enjoyed, not full of shame and full of regret. And yeah.
I do think that marriage only works. I think the majority of marriage really works if they see it as a duty of commitment, or commitment of duty, as opposed to, I'm marrying you because I love you. I think it's more, when I say, oh, I'm going to marry you, it's I am committing to a duty to you and to this. Because marriage wasn't actually about love. It was all about duty. It was about land ownership. Yeah. It was about
religious
bringing two families together. Religious act as well. Like, what's your belief? Are you religious at all? Are you spiritual?
No, I used to be, like, I brought up quite Catholic, like strict Catholic. Yeah, I went to a convent, so like a school run by the nuns. And
what was that like?
It was crazy. So like our like uniform was like brown and yellow, and even our knickers were like brown. But the nuns used to come into the toilets and like make sure that we was wearing our brown underwear. Like, that's not cool. That's not cool.
What?
But yeah, like I didn't experience anything like nasty, like other than that. But yeah, the school did get shut down, and it does make me question, like, what the fuck.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah.
When you after that, when you came into like more conventional environments, what was the biggest shock to you?
How much of a lie, and like how ridiculous.
How much of a lie?
Yeah, like I've been taught like through.
Interesting.
Religion. I'm sorry, people that I'm gonna upset.
Hey, listen, speak your truth, man. Speak your truth. Like, what was the biggest thing you realized? I was like, this is not what I was told.
Yeah.
What's the biggest thing?
I just didn't like the control, the fear that they like instilled in people. Like, yeah, that's not cool. Yeah, I don't like that, putting fear into people. Like, yeah, if you don't do this, you're gonna go to hell, and
yeah, of course.
yeah, that's not cool.
Did you and I say this only because I've read of a couple of examples where people who like grew up in really strict kind of religious educational environments, when they come out, they kind of go on a wild one, because it's kind of like they've gone into the candy store, they've got all the freedom, and they have all the freedom everybody else has now, and they can do all the things they can do. Did you have that phase for you, or?
I guess I'm still like rebelling in some ways, like yeah, not as crazy as like a lot of people, but yeah, I am kind of like fuck you to what I have been taught. But yeah, like I just I chose again, and I just like, instead of like having hate towards what I've been taught, I focus in on the things that I do believe in, and that is spirituality. And because I've seen what it's done for my life, it's really helped me claim my power and like see my worth rather than seeing my lack.
Yeah, of course. You said that you kind of struggled friendships with women and other girls. What's been the struggle for you?
Just bitches be tripping.
Bitches be tripping.
Yeah, just like a jealousy. Well, like now I see it as jealousy, because like back then I thought like, oh, is something wrong with me? Like there's so much like backstabbing and like nastiness.
Wow.
Yeah, stealing. Had loads of people like steal shit from me, and trying to get me into trouble.
Were they like that in general, or were they just focusing that kind of energy towards you?
That was probably that way
inclined
anyway. Like a lot of that stems down from like unworthiness within themselves. Like why else would they be nasty to someone else if they was feeling whole themselves? Now I have like complete compassion for them, because it is really sad. I want everyone to see their worth, and but yeah, I am thankful for like all the nastiness, because it's made me who I am. And yeah, I didn't want to continue that behavior. Like, so I spend my days like not being that way and encouraging others and not being jealous, or it makes me like really happy seeing others in their power and being beautiful. I love giving compliments, and I love celebrating others. That brings me joy. And so I want to be that person. I want to be the person that I want to see, and not the people that I have seen and that have brought me misery.
Yeah, of course. We love that energy, man. We love that energy.
Thank
you. Let me ask you something else. What do you think is a difficult conversation to have with someone that you're dating?
Oh, there's so many. Oh my goodness. Difficult conversation.
Yeah.
That is tough. There's so many, but like, what is going to be okay to say? And
say any of them. Say any of them. Say any. What's one that sticks out in your mind? You go, I remember having to talk to this or that with a guy I was dating, or with my partner. This was just, I couldn't. It's just really difficult.
Okay, so like recently, like I had a really hard like conversation with my partner, because I like.
It's up to you. You don't have to share that one too, but we're here to talk if you want to.
So I had enough, and like I wanted to choose again. So I started looking at like somewhere else to live. Like I found some like really nice properties, and so like I had I found the confidence, and like spoke to my partner and just said, look, like gave him an ultimatum basically. Right. I said, look, like I found somewhere else to live, like yeah, and it broke him. It broke me as well. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, I love him. Like, I want to work on things, but like, it can't all be down to me. Like, making the effort. Like, I need
reciprocation.
Yeah. But like, I'm so thankful that I did have this conversation, because he's really stepped it up, and yeah, he's actually doing the work that I've been wanting him to do, and that I've done, that I've seen amazing results for me. So yeah, like it's been really, really beneficial.
That's great.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to like bite the bullet and do something that scares the shit out of you, because when you get on the other side, it can be beautiful.
It can be beautiful for sure. And how has that made you think about, has that made you rethink how you want to move forward? Like, have you been like, nah, I'm not looking elsewhere, I want to see how this goes? Are you still kind of looking to, move somewhere else? Like,
No. So like, I'm happy, like giving it another go. It's given me faith that, like, if things continue, then like, that we can stay together, and we can make this work. So yeah, that's made me feel good. Like, as long as the work, like, we continue to do the work separately as well as together, then we can get through this. Because it's not just about like us, it's individuals like doing the work and coming together and doing the work. It's like 3 people.
100%. And I think as well, because 11 years to be together is a long time. And I think it's natural for these ebbs and flows to come.
Yeah.
There are going to be times where you're going to be amazing, and there'll be times where one of you needs to do some growth. There's going to be a time where the other one does, maybe you both do. And it's funny because I think this goes back to the whole kind of staying with someone forever. I'm not saying that people shouldn't do that or even aspire to that if that's what they want. But who you were 10 years ago is different to who you are now.
Oh, for sure. We're always changing and evolving.
Like, you're constantly evolving.
And if you're not changing or evolving, there's something up.
Yeah.
We're here to learn and grow.
Exactly. And so I think this is why, I think it's a big reason why people can get together and then years go past. Like, why are we coming into these issues? And it's like, well, because you're both constantly going through different stages in your life.
Yeah.
Intentions, what your energies are, your frequencies are. And so I think there are times where massive adjustments have to be made for the couple. Do you know what I mean?
For sure.
And it just sounds recently like you were like, look, this adjustment has to be made because I've got path A or path B. I want path A, but conditions have to be met for me to take this path. And that's kind of down to what we do here. And if that's not viable, then I'm taking path B, because you have to choose one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? What did you learn about your relationship after you kind of had this talk and things started to get better? What did you learn about your relationship?
That is a beautiful relationship and one that I'm very thankful for. Yeah, he really is like such a beautiful man, and like I don't want to just shut the door on it. And it's worth fighting for. Like, even if it's just one last try. At least.
Yeah, 100%. We love hearing that, man. We don't get to hear that often, because I think a lot of people, one, they don't last anywhere near as long as 11 years, and two, some people get close to the point of, a lot of people get to the point where they do break up and it doesn't work. But you both have to make the effort.
Yeah, for sure.
For it to carry on.
Yeah, can't just be one-sided.
Natasha, we appreciate you coming on. Thank you for sharing your energy with us. We appreciate you. If people want to find you, where can they find you?
Charlotte Natasha London on Insta, and on my website, charlottenatasha.com. I make sustainable fashion and art, and also like share some of my wisdom on there. So
nice. We love it. Well, thank you for coming on, guys. Go show Natasha some love. Go give her a follow. Give her some likes on some posts. All that love. And we appreciate you for coming on. So thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Have a beautiful day.
We love it. We love it, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next episode.